Hi guys, this is Raquel Williams with another Get Reddit with Me mini. Today I am going to a magic show, so let's get into it. Today's story is Am I the Asshole for not answering the door when my ex's mom showed up at my apartment unannounced? This came out 5 days ago and has 15.7 thousand upvotes. For real this time. I think in a recent video I said there were 14,000 when there were actually 4,000. This one really does have almost 16,000 upvotes, so it's sure to be a juicy one. If you've listened to my last few minis, the sound has been absolutely atrocious. I do apologize for that. I found my microphone, so hopefully this one is a little better for you. This happened a couple of years ago, but I was talking about crazy mother-in-law stories with a friend, and she thinks I was an asshole. I have sole custody of my children. My ex and his family live about a 9-hour drive from me. One day at around 9 a.m., there was knocking on my bedroom window. I peek through the bottom of the blinds and just see women's sneakers. So I peek higher and make eye contact with my ex's mom. All I can think is, what the fuck? The apartments where I live are not gated, so anybody can drive onto the property, just not go in the buildings without a key. Which means ex's mom couldn't knock on my door because she couldn't enter my building. Anyway, now that she's seen me, I change and go see why she's there. Only reason why she has my address is because a few months back she asked to mail some stuff for the kids, and I dumbly gave her my address. She tells me she was in the neighborhood. I asked her why she didn't call me before arriving, and she said it was a last-minute decision. I let her in, and she sees the kids for a bit. When she leaves, I tell her next time she needs to give me a heads up before arriving, and I'm not talking 10 minutes before. I need at least a 1 week notice. So this is where I might be the asshole. About 4 months later, she pulls this stunt again. When I hear the tapping on my window, I know exactly who it is. I don't bother looking out the window. She starts calling me. After the fifth call, I answer. She tells me to open up because she wants to see the kids. I'm like, what? I'm not even home. Why didn't she tell me she was coming? I'm 45 minutes away visiting my dad with the kids. She demands dad's address. I refuse to give it to her. I tell her I have no idea when I will be home. Yes, complete lie. Anyway, she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm home. Again, says it was a last minute decision. I hang up on her. I'm getting texts from ex demanding I let his mom see the kids. I tell him what I told her. I'm not home. Imagine my surprise when I hear the police banging on my door a few minutes later. I don't answer. I get a call from a random number, the police officer. He is there to perform a wellness check because ex's mom hasn't heard from me in 3 days, and she's extremely worried. Also, according to him, it is illegal not to answer the door when a police officer knocks. I tell him she is lying. I just spoke to her on the phone. She showed up unannounced. I made it clear to her not to do that, and I am out with family, and I don't need to come back just because she showed up unannounced. She is ex's mom, and I don't have to talk to her. After that phone call, I got a text from ex calling me an asshole, and how hard would it have been to let his mom see the kids when she drove all the way there just to see them. I want to make it clear. I don't mind her visiting. I don't mind her being around my kids, but I can't stand her showing up unannounced and demanding to see my kids like that. It was like she was on a weird power trip. All right, so I think it's clear that this person's not the asshole. I'm going to go make that claim right off the bat. I think their method of handling it is kind of amusing. Like, were they just hiding somewhere the whole time that the police and the, mother-in-law were there, ex-mother-in-law? But you know what? Props to them for just waiting it out. It's kind of like a crazy situation to have to deal with in your own home. And like she said, she has no problem with this woman seeing her kids, just the showing up unannounced. That is not cool with her, which I don't think that would be cool with anyone. And especially the fact that she is divorced from this man. Maybe boundary issues were always at play. We don't have that context, but let's look at the comments and see what people have to say. All right, this comment actually has more upvotes than the original post. It has 17.9 thousand upvotes. Not the asshole. Woman weaponized the police against you. Woman no longer gets any part of your life. Next time she tries anything, just use the phrase, "You called the police on me." When she deflects, "You lied to the police." Just keep banging on some version of that. X gets the same story. "She called the police on me and lied to them. She is dangerous." Edit. Wow, that blew up. Thank you so much for the award. Yeah, I guess I didn't really touch on that prior, but it's not just that she's in the wrong for showing up unannounced, but like she literally called the police and was like, I'm performing a wellness check because I haven't heard from her in 3 days. after just texting you, which by the way, if I were the police, before like banging down your door, I think I would be like, can you please show me the text messages that she was not responding to? But far be it from me to tell people how to do their jobs. Yeah. Someone said, yeah, I would have called the police first. There's someone banging on my window and I'm scared. But yeah, I'm an asshole. Yeah, that's like some real crazy behavior to have the police involved. And then especially to lie to them. Like it could be one thing if she was delusional. She's just like, oh my god, she's not letting me see my grandkids, blah blah. But the fact that she's like, oh no, she's not answering, it's like, okay, so this is calculated and easily proven false. So like you're unhinged, like very low impulse control. That's not someone you really want around your children. Another highly upvoted commenter said she was on a weird power trip. Same with your ex. The whole calling the police thing reaffirmed that. You're not the asshole. Best to keep away from X and his insane mother. If you can, I would consider moving so she no longer knows where you live. Any visitation your ex has can be in a neutral place. Yes, I completely agree. That is something that I think the courts would be very interested in, especially if the ex is condoning this behavior and like not trying to put a stop to it. Someone said these wellness checks can be used so inappropriately. Don't know what the solution is, but we cannot have innocent, regular people having their doors banged down by uninformed police in front of their neighbors for no reason. And I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the ethics are of reading text messages, but I think if you're going to perform a wellness check, there needs to be some type of proof that that person has not been replying. Otherwise, it's just invasive and doesn't seem like it should be legal. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm all ready to go to a magic show. Definitely not the most magical makeup look that I've debuted on this channel. However, I just don't want to steal focus from the main event. It's just so hard for me, to not. But I was trying to find a magic themed story to fit, today's look. And most of them were about, am I an asshole for telling people to shower at a Magic the Gathering convention, or or things that just had way, 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 way too much narrative for such a short episode. So thanks again for joining me for another Get Reddit with Me mini. I love you assholes so much, and I will see you later. Bye.